What's up, everybody? I'm Jesse Showalter, and we're back with another episode with these amazing people from my amazing mastermind. And this, everybody, is Janine Duff. She is a copywriter. She is content creator. Well, not content creator, but content writer. And she specializes in one of the hardest things in my industry, which is content. Where the heck do you get it? Where does it come from? How do you organize it? Janine, thanks for being on the channel.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me like that little 30-second Wikipedia bio. Who are you? What do you do if I described it really poorly?
Yeah, so I am a copywriter. I work primarily with small business owners, personal brands, and I'm also into brand voice strategy. So I help with writing your bios, your about page, homepage services, all that jazz.
Okay, all that jazz. So you said, what was the really fancy schmancy word?
Brand voice strategy.
Brand voice strategy. Can we start there? Give me more about what brand voice strategy is.
Yeah, so it's basically how you are saying things. So there's a lot of people out there, for example, who do graphic design or who do SEO or who do what I do, copywriting, and how you are saying things is what can set you apart as part of your branding. So that is part of being identifiable and people connecting with you and building that relationship with you and building that like no trust factor.
Okay, awesome. So if you were gonna like help me build my brand voice strategy, I'm the guy online. It's like, what's up, everybody? Like, I'll have like a lot of energy. Like, can that get translated into copy? Can that like?
Oh yeah.
Can people feel that when they read it from me, like on my site?
Yeah, of course. So thinking about tone and vocabulary use, so there's a lot of people who are out there and they have a really bold brand voice and they might be dropping F-bombs or things like that. And then there's other people who write really poetic. There's other people who are very simple and minimalistic in how they write, and often it matches who they are as a personal brand, but also who they're trying to connect with their audience. Is
that hard for you to understand somebody's vibe and like form that and really stick to that? Because I feel like as like a designer, I have a style that I'm better at. If you asked me to do like a wedding website that was like a little bit more on like the feminine side of things, I'd be like, oh, I really struggle at that. Do you ever struggle at certain tones?
I would say that, for example, if you are going to work with a copywriter, just like if you're going to work with a designer, it's important to find someone who kind of matches your tone a little bit, because I do adapt to my clients, but I also feel like there has to be somebody who gets your style and gets your vibe and aligns with your values.
Gotcha. Okay. So that makes so much sense. It's like, it's so amazing how like even though I know you a little bit, like, and I know about what you do, it's still slightly mysterious to me. And I'm like, is it like what I do? Are there or can you just do anything? Like
it's all part of branding, right?
It's true.
The design, the look, and the voice and the tone that you're using with your brand, it's all interconnected, and you want your potential customer to have a cohesive experience.
Okay. And so you do this professionally. You are like an entrepreneur in what you do. But what if somebody can't afford you? What if somebody doesn't have the opportunity to work with you? Are there a few things, like 2 or 3 things that they can do to form their brand voice and kind of like mimic what it is you do?
Yeah. So, I mean, if you're going to be doing your writing yourself, a few things I would recommend is that you look to people you've already worked with.
Okay.
And talk to your customers and your clients. Ask them why they hired you or what attracted them to your brand, because that is a good indicator of how you're standing out already and what kind of brand voice to go with. Customer research is important. I always tell people copywriting is a lot more about research than guesswork. So it's thinking about what your customers' problems are, what their pain points are, what goals and challenges they have, and using their language and reflecting back to them, and then just putting your own little personality spin on it.
Okay, that makes sense.
And there's lots of workshops out there, there's books, but your best source are your customers and your audience that you have already.
That's amazing. That's really great advice. Okay, I have a problem.
Okay.
I have a problem, and I'm hoping you can solve it.
This is gonna be a therapy session.
A little bit. A little bit. The problem I have is like content is always a bottleneck. It's always an issue for me. When I'm working with clients, I'm not a copywriter, and I could recommend them to you, but if they can't afford you and they don't have somebody, then they're stuck doing it themselves. Why is content always the hardest thing to get from clients as a freelance designer?
Because the hardest thing to do is write about yourself. To know yourself enough to write about yourself and to put that into a bio is very difficult. And I always try to tell people, I feel like a lot of people where the bottleneck comes from is they're trying to get it right the first time. And I always just think of get the first draft out and let it be ugly and messy. And don't edit when you're trying to do that.
Okay.
Wait to edit until later. So a lot of people try to edit while they're writing the first draft. And so that's where they get stuck because they're trying to perfect it.
Gotcha.
And so just write messy and then edit pretty.
Okay. Ooh, I like that. That's gonna be like subtitle of the video. Like write messy, edit pretty.
Yeah,
That's
there
really
you
nice. So you're like a minimum viable product, kind of like that's your recommendation. Like get it out there and then iterate it.
Yeah, and then you can always keep pulling research and data from your customers. Look at also testimonials. One of the things I love is pulling from customer testimonials to understand what they described as their problem, what they described as the results or benefits from working with me, and what they were struggling with. Because when you mirror that back in their own words, they're like, they get me.
Okay.
I want to work with them because they understand what I'm struggling with.
I get it. Okay. I mean, so everything should be cohesive. Everything should make sense to what you're doing, right? Like, and it should have context to who you are. And if that's the case, then you position yourself better. Like it makes more sense, like quicker to people.
For sure.
Okay. What is like the favorite, like your favorite part about writing web copy and being a copywriter?
So I would say it is making my customers feel like they finally stand out and they have a voice and a message to stand behind that they're confident in, because that makes the difference in them feeling good about sending people to their websites.
Gotcha.
So that's my favorite part.
That's it's good to feel good. I'm just gonna say it's nice to feel nice about yourself. Okay, awesome. Well, I don't want to keep you too much longer. Thank you so much for your time, Janine. Where can people find you online?
JanineDuff.com.
JanineDuff.com. I'll put the link down in the description. Make sure to check it out because Janine's amazing and there's so much that you could learn from her. So if you like the video, make sure to thumbs up, subscribe, all that kind of YouTube stuff. Check Janine out online. Hire her if you want to like all your copy.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug. Oh, shameless plug. All right, thank you, Janine, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Take it easy.